Last week, a furious YouTuber walked into the company's headquarters in San Bruno, California, and shot 3 employees before killing herself. The shooter claimed that YouTube had been censoring her videos and preventing her from making a living. It's called demonetization, and it's a tool that YouTube is using to clamp down on content that it thinks advertisers could find objectionable or that could encourage violence, including, as it happens, videos about guns.
Ian McCollum and Carl Kasarda make gun videos on YouTube. They're hobbyist gun nerds. For Carl, this is a part-time gig, and Ian makes gun content for a living.
Yeah, it's recording. Okay, you ready? Yep. So I'm starting the introduction?
No, I am. Oh. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on InRange TV.
They started putting up videos in 2015, and quickly earned a devoted following.
So guys, don't buy specialized $7 parts to install magazine button releases. Use your banana. Thanks.
Carl and Ian's channel now has 147,000 subscribers. Carl's other channel, Forgotten Weapons, has more than 700,000 subscribers. When you started doing these videos, what was the response that you got?
InRange really hit a different part of the firearms video marketplace that really didn't exist before. Taking these old guns and actually using them practically and actually explaining to people, this is how this gun would have worked. It really caught on with people, I think partially because people use these guns in video games and they want to go, wow, what does a FG42 work like? Or how does an M1 Garand work when you're actually trying to hit a target?
Like, how much money were you making?
Gosh, I mean,
According to YouTube's terms of service, you are not allowed to discuss what you make on YouTube. I'm serious.
Right.
no, that's actually true. InRange was not at the point that I would say that you could sustain yourself off it as a career,
No, not remotely close.
but it certainly paid for the project.
After major advertisers complained about their ads running against controversial content, YouTube started to demonetize, blocking certain videos from generating ad revenue. That made it harder for Carl and Ian to make money.
To me, it felt like advertiser money was being used as a control tool in that it toe the line or you don't get monetization. And if I don't take kindly to that sort of thing. So at that point, pretty much said, I don't want it. I don't want your advertising money. I realized that the customer wasn't the viewer and it wasn't me, it was the advertiser. And I didn't want to be their product. So by demonetizing the channel entirely, we went to a fully crowdsourced funding solution only, saying pretty much to the viewer, if you want this project to survive and you like it and you have to support it, this breaks the chains of control that the advertising money could be used against us.
InRange TV has survived demonetization for now. They have about 5,000 Patreon supporters who give a few dollars each month. But that support could go away anytime. Losing the ad dollars means they can't count on steady income from their video views, and now, in the wake of the Parkland school shooting, YouTube has issued even stricter rules for gun content, which will go into effect later this month. And right now, InRange is breaking at least 2 of those rules. First, they link to sites of niche gun sellers, who send them expensive and rare weapons to demo, like the Luger they were shooting here.
Base price on this is $5,800.
Woo!
Yeah.
They also feature high-capacity magazines, like this vintage barrel loader.
This holds 32 rounds. It was used in the Luger, the artillery Luger, as well as the MP-18 submachine gun, which was one of their secret weapons.
We asked YouTube why it decided to make this change. The company responded it, quote, routinely makes updates and adjustments to our enforcement guidelines across all of our policies, and confirmed that the new policy would go into effect later this month. But that's not really an answer.
My question to YouTube is, why do you have specific policies for firearms-related content when there's a lot of other content on your network that is demonstrably dangerous? People that are saying things like, for example, drink turpentine for better health, and with a link in their description below to where you should buy turpentine.
Now, we are going to dilute this. Okay. All right?
If he can link to a place to sell turpentine and promote the consumption of turpentine in his video series, why is it now a problem for me by policy to link to someone selling an optic for a firearm?
Why do you think YouTube thinks guns are controversial?
Because,
Wow. It's really a blatantly obvious question.
I think it's one and the same. It's a cultural zeitgeist. So we've had some things that have happened in history or news that affects corporate policy. The problem isn't that there's a cultural distinction here or there about whether firearms should or should not be controversial. What concerns me is the amount of control things like YouTube, Facebook, the Alphabet Corp have over whether or not you have a voice on the internet about legal content.
Trump and his Justice Department are moving to ban bump stocks. What if you were making videos with bump stocks? So what should YouTube do?
Well, let me say,
I think they should leave it.
watching a video is not an illegal act. Learning information or learning about how things work should not be an illegal act unless we're wanting to move into a dark age. If we really want to call information dangerous, where does that stop?